Tuesday morning. Welcome to the Patriot Hour. A few things we want to go over here. If you're new to the channel, folks, please subscribe. It really helps. Our main goal is to get out as much information as we can. We don't want to hoard it. We want you guys to hear it. So our main mission is to keep getting as many subscribers. That lets us know that I'm talking here, you guys are sharing, the word is getting out. That is the only benefit. It doesn't cost you anything. It just helps us know. It helps beat the algorithms of YouTube. We are under heavy censorship. Videos that actually break their very weird guidelines that are very vague and almost up to interpretation by them. Talks about no violence, threatening, and all these things that we don't even do, and yet we're hit to the fullest, where you can see other channels that actually show the violence, whether it's a music video from Hollywood or something else that really does promote all these nasty things, and they are promoted to the fullest. YouTube partnered up and just promoted to the, millions of views a day on some of these videos that show portrayed violence, actually, heads getting blown off, things that, So anyway, it helps. You guys are showing them that you can hit buttons, like, share, subscribe, and it's kind of hard for them to say that you're not advertiser friendly or you're not friendly in the community of YouTube, because you guys are showing that it is. Again, we're just trying to spread the truth, and it seems like there's a huge fight against that. All right, you actually have, like, in this country right now, a president with military to his left and to his right, and they're saying things. And then you have the news, who's supposed to report on what he says, saying no. They want to show you that he says other things. They want to tell you he doesn't know. He's just the president. What could he know? We're the media. We actually get a phone call when a building's on fire, and we race over there, and then we like to tell everybody what's going on. Come on, think about it, folks. They are trying to drive you into madness. So on that whole point, MkUltra, that came back up. We've covered that extensively here in the past. I would like to take a minute. This is, and I'll keep this short for you guys. So I'll just bring these up real quick. So in post 2663 Q drop, all right, that's Q drop 2663 in the series. All right, it brought up CIA MkUltra mind control program still active. After all these years, everyone likes to tell you when you first, mind control, wasn't that like some old, a conspiracy until the papers got released in the late 70s or early 80s, and then everyone convinced everyone they were crazy for 20 years and mind control didn't exist until, they never agreed with you. Then the D class came out. Then it became, well, this is old. Well, yeah, John, when I was arguing with you 7 years ago about it, you didn't believe me, and I was crazy. Now that it's out, now it's old, because it's not today. This paperwork shows something from back here, and that was when I was arguing with you. You're never right. In this movement of trying to get the truth out, people, cognitive dissonance, you're wrong. And then the minute you get some valid paperwork, then it's old. You're crazy. This is old. They're done. Unbelievable, folks. Unbelievable. All right, so we got this mind control. Click one of the articles here. It's going to take us to this, right? The truth about the CIA's illegal MkUltra mind control experiments using drugs, hypnosis, and electronic devices. Folks, I don't need to read this article. I can tell you exactly what has been said, what we have dug into, what in the whole CIA's covert mind control MkUltra projects, all right? They're going to horn in on people. And this is how they are doing it today. Vast network of people seeking treatment. A lot of these times they get in the computer, new drugs come out available to match up with somebody's profile. And a lot of these doctors aren't even complicit. They say, ooh, there's a new drug on the market. I'm going to get that ordered and it'll come right to you. Especially in the VA system, all right? I've been in the VA system for a decade now plus. We're talking 15 years, all right? 14, 15 years into the VA system, and that's happened many a times. I was deeper involved than what totally at all. I've separated myself. I don't do, I mean, I still have an appointment here or there a few times a year, but there was points in my life, like in '08, I had upwards of 50 to 60 appointments with the VA in one single year, driving all over the state to different, it seemed like I had to go to this 2 hours away over here for this and way over here for something else. But folks, I am telling you, they horn in special pills, your smart devices while you're sleeping, the pills, subliminal messages, a direct connect between your smart device and maybe a pill you took that had a little transistor chip possibly put inside, or I don't know the extent of how they do it, but this is what we've been told, and there's probably many different angles. It just depends per case. So folks, you got to know, we know that they like to use Hollywood. They like to use many different facets to get, to taunt this in front of us. I mean, we get declassified paperwork's one thing, something years down the road, but they still operate very out in the open. So there's a new movie, and I'm not big into movies. I haven't watched movies. I don't typically, I'm not going to do a video today, I'm going to go watch a movie. No, I'm always about looking into truth. I can't follow sports. I used to play them more than I ever watched them anyway, but I'm not a sports person. I don't see anything wrong with it in moderation. I do find it an issue with personal friends and family that would rather follow a team to the utmost degree, know every stat on every player, and then they're not, I don't get into the old politics, and people have always taken great, they get pretty proud, like they're smarter than you, I don't get into that garbage, I follow this over here. And I think that is wrong, because this is where changes could be made. Following along, knowing all the stats of your people that are controlling your country is much more important than knowing all the stats. And it's fun. Don't get me wrong. We all need a little bit of fun. But if you indulge yourself to never pay attention in key areas of life, but yet, pay attention so much into your teams, and then you're still living in this world, and then you're bitching along with everyone else, and you're kind of half the problem. Folks, wake up, all right? That's all that boils down to. We don't possibly, we're at this teeter point of what's going to happen. I just want everyone to be aware. So again, watched a movie for the first time in a very, very long time last night after I was dead tired getting off here. This is probably not a great movie to watch while you're half out of it, because it is 100% full MkUltra project movie. It's a new movie on Netflix. It just, I had to look into it this morning after basically watching it, and as tired as I was managed to keep one eye open on it. And you want to watch this from a separate yourself, folks, and kind of come into it. But it's called a BanderSnatch, all right? BanderSnatch. It's on Netflix. Black Mirror, BanderSnatch. It is an interactive movie, folks. So you remember the books where, you get to a certain page and then it's like you read and I used to like these as a kid, and at the bottom it was like, all right, if you want him to go to school, go to page 48. If you want to go to, so similar to those books where they're interactive and you guide the destiny of the character, this movie is the first interactive movie. I don't know why they've never, so the premise of it is great. It's interactive. You get you have like 10 seconds on your remote, or if you're on a computer watching this on Netflix, it would be, you're using your mouse, and you have about 10 seconds to make a decision. All right. Whether it's what he's going to have for breakfast, or how he moves in his career. And supposedly there's 5 different endings you can land on. So if you only watched it once and you had your interactive experience, and then you were talking to a friend, they might have had a different ending or a different movie kind of as such. And that would be different things. Well, mine, I did this and that, and he ended up blah, blah, blah. So that alone, the premise is decent. But this movie, I'm telling you, it gets into this kid's on pills the whole time. He's going to a psychiatrist the whole time. and he finds out he is being controlled. All right, he finds out he is in a movie about a movie, and it's a movie. This whole thing takes place in '84, so they have a lot of soundtracks from the '80s, which is awesome to me because that was my time frame of growing up as a kid. Some of my best memories, carefree, living in the mid '80s and summers and parties with the family and swimming, and grew up out in the country and in the woods, dogs, folks. So he's on pills, he's seeking treatment. And he's writing like a computer game. He's basing this idea off a book where you get to a game back in '84 on the Atari or whatever system. And he's trying to make this game to where it's interactive like I'm discussing this movie is. Or the books that are out there like that. And he's getting messed with. He's finding out he's being controlled. He basically comes onto it and he's like screaming out at one point, "Who is controlling me?" And then somebody comes on the screen, "I am. I'm in the 21st century watching you on Netflix, and I get to control what you do." And he's like, "What?" And they keep typing and telling him some stuff, and he doesn't really, what the heck's Netflix? So they actually use the word Netflix in this movie. And the person on the other end of this thing that's typing is telling him, "I'm controlling you. I'm watching the movie." It is a pretty crazy experience, folks. Lots of embedded symbology in the backgrounds, in the forefront. Just it's crazy. It's crazy. So you can watch this movie and have an experience totally separate from somebody else, from start to beginning. And there's been some other things out there like this. This isn't the very first one, but this is the first one that's caught my attention. And supposedly there's a way to get to a secret ending, all this stuff. Again, I'm not encouraging you to watch it. I almost say don't, unless you have a strong enough mind. And it's, again, from an outsider's perspective, we're looking at it. I'm not saying run out and watch this, everybody, because honestly, I feel, if you could watch it from a standpoint of knowing what you're getting into, and that's why I even gave you this kind of forefront warning on it. Watch it with great care. Watch it with your goggles on. Your armor of God is fully in place, and then maybe you still shouldn't watch it. Now, I am in the investigative, bringing you guys stuff, and that's not why I watched it. And I could have went fine. I did. So I wanted to share it with you guys. I think it is some kind of blueprint of what they got going on, and here they are taunting. Unbelievable. And at the same time, great concept. I can give creative. I mean, if it was just an accident, or if this is based off a book that's already out there, I don't know a whole bunch about the background. Maybe some of you have already seen it, and you can enlighten others down below, like we always do. You guys are great. But again, mind control, folks. And we talk about the new documents that did get released under the Freedom of Information, the FOIA request, reveal how the CIA experimented on both humans and animals using drugs, hypnosis, and electronic devices as part of a top secret and illegal mind control project. So we know they carried out a lot in the 50s and 60s. Yeah, so we read that article already. You can check out the past videos on that. So again, folks, this movie, it just gets into, and even at one point, the kid's got some mind blockage going on, and another character in the movie that he gets with that writes video games, he's like, well, you need to open your mind. I can help you get past this blockage. And they take some actual LSD, the guy gives them, and then they he tells him, we can jump, man, and you don't die because this whole game is in this manner, that we're in a system. So the one guy's like, well, I'll jump, and then he jumps. And then, I don't know, he's reset or however, but then the next time he's in that same position, because this movie you get back there, If you take the wrong turn, you die, right? So you're going to go back and you're going to take the different path. And then the other guy jumps and he dies. But it's just nuts. Honestly, it's full of maybe hypnotic. I mean, it is a mind control to the highest levels. All right, folks, I'm going to quit rambling on. We're at going on the 16-minute mark already. I had some other stuff I want to get into, but I knew I would make several videos today. We'll keep this all packaged together. And there is no new Q updates. I checked. Otherwise, that would be my first video. Other than that, I got a couple of things I want to get into throughout the day. So please, again, subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless. Godspeed to each and every one of you worldwide. And we'll see you back here real soon on the very next episode. Again, have a great morning.